I think just having your basics, I think, is part of the abundance and safety and trust, right?
Yeah, I think that's the core in wealth of like, people get really iffy when I talk about safety and wealth because they're like, oh, your safety should be in your soul. It shouldn't have anything to do with money. But like, okay, and money also creates safety, right? Like we get to buy the things that keep us safe. We get to have a choice. I was in an abusive relationship. One of the reasons I stayed as long as I
Yes.
did is because I didn't know where to go and I didn't have the money to like safely go somewhere that I knew that I would be safer. So it just felt harder to leave. So that's one of the pieces of wealth, is creating this like foundational level of safety, which ties into all of those things. And then from that safety, and it is soul safety, right? It's monetary safety, it's soul safety, it's like trusting yourself and knowing that you've got it. That's where you build all the other pieces. I mean, they intertwine. You don't have to get totally safe and have all the money first. They all like work together. But as you're starting to build that, then you can build in joy because you feel safe to enjoy, to receive, to spend. All of those pieces tie together. And then, you know, the freedom is something that you're building towards, where, like you said, you know, it is like an ultimate thing to just feel free in your life, to be able to do what you want, when you want, with who you want, where you want, all of those pieces.
I just wanted to say, like, the Maslow hierarchy, right? Like, survival is on the bottom, right? So if we don't have money, or we have
Yeah.
financial stress or woes, like, of course it like rocks our whole sense of self-esteem and safety and everything. I love that you bring up surviving an abusive relationship, because that's a big thing that I've focused on in my therapy work, trying to problem solve with people how to leave, like, that power wheel, right? Like male privilege, financial power, like all of those things are used against women to keep them stuck in that abusive
Yeah.
relationship. And so I just feel like people are like, well, why don't they leave? And it's like a little bit
Add
judgy.
in
And
fucked up court systems and you have kids
oh,
and you're worried
oh
about
my God.
those, you know.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I've had to advocate for women, with the court, and talk about a fucked up patriarchal system, both in the case
Yeah.
of like rape or domestic violence or custody issues. I've had just really tragic stuff where they just like grab the kids away because, a narcissistic husband,
Yeah.
abuser, like just lied, which is what they
Yeah.
do, right? And so they get away with it because it's like built on like who filed first, right? So oh, I mean, don't even get me started there,
Yeah,
but I just
it's
love
a
that.
mess. I mean, that was many years of my life dealing with that. And it's just a very messed up system.